Namaste to all the audience. Myself J.V. Dr. Purvi Verma from Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. Today we will discuss about plant regeneration, hardening process and somaclonal variations. So the process of growing an entire plant from a single cell or group of cell is basically known as the plant regeneration. Regeneration is possible because plants can be made totipotent using hormones. Differentiated tissues like stem, leaves, roots are basically used as an explant, and there are two differentiated terms like differentiated tissues and undifferentiated cells. So differentiated tissues means they are specified and they have made some organ like stem, root, leaves, etc. But in case of undifferentiated cells, they are totipotent. They have ability to produce a complete plant and can become a whole plant by differentiating into a new whole plant. The plants can be regenerated by organogenesis process, somatic embryogenesis process. What is organogenesis process? So it refers to the formation of organs from the cultured explant, and the shoot buds or monopolar structures are formed by manipulating the ratio of cytokinins to auxins in the culture. But in case of somatic embryogenesis, the totipotent cell may undergo embryonic pathway to form somatic embryos. They will firstly form the somatic embryo, which are grown to regenerate into complete plants. Now come to the term explant, which is plant material. Any part of a plant taken out and grown in the test tube under sterile conditions in special nutrient media is called explant. It can be root, shoot, leaf, bud, anther, ovule, whatever the explant which has totipotency nature. So it can be used for plant tissue culture technique. This is the flow diagram. Here we can see this is the X plant. We have this is the complete mother plant. We can choose X plant, any of part, and this X plant can transfer on the nutrient media. It will create the callus, then embryoid, which will further go into the embryo structure. After the completion of embryo, firstly shoot will be developed and then root will be developed. This complete plant let will transfer to the field. Hormones used in the plant tissue cultures are auxin, cytokinins, gibberellin, abscisic acid, and polyamines are. And environmental conditions, uh, if we talk about that, so in nutrient media, inorganic salt, carbon salts, vitamins, amino acids, and growth regulators need to be added in nutrient media, and aseptic conditions we require. So for that, first of all, we have to sterile all the things like glassware, distilled water, and after the preparation of media, then again we have to do autoclaving process. So each and every step we have to follow sterilization processes. If we are going to use explant, so before using explant we have to sterilize explants also. And aeration of the tissue, so proper aeration of the culture tissue is also an important aspect of culture technique. It is achieved by the occasionally stirring the medium by stirring or by automatic shaker if we are using liquid media. And now come to the regeneration of plantlet. So it follows some steps. First step is preparation of suitable nutrient media. So first of all, we have to prepare media. Then selection of explant we have to do. After the selection, we will cut the explants and then we go for the sterilization of explant. And we use disinfectant, and then washing the explant with the sterile distilled water is essential. After that, we go for the inoculation process. Means we will transfer the sterilized explant into the nutrient media. It all this inoculation process will be done into the laminar airflow only. Next is incubation period, means growing the culture in the growth chamber or plant tissue culture room, having the appropriate physical conditions, means artificial light for 16 hours of photo period, temperature approximate 25 degree to 26 degree temperature, and relative humidity 50 to 60% is required. After the incubation period completion, regeneration process will be started, means shoot regeneration and root regeneration will be done. And after the completion of regeneration process, when plantlets are completely grown, we have to transfer tissue cultured plantlets from the plant tissue culture room to the pots, and this process is known as hardening. So hardening is a gradual exposure of plantlets to the environmental conditions. In this process, we have to transfer plant into the soil mixture, means a slime soil. Along with that, we will use coco pit, or we can use the solrite. And after the completion of hardening process, we can transfer the plantlet into the field or into the greenhouse. This is the flow diagram where we can see the complete whole process. Now come to the plant propagation. Propagation of the plant is defined as a production of new individuals from a selected plant having all the characters of the original one. New plants are created from a variety of sources like seed, cuttings, bulbs, tissue culture, etc. Plant propagation is done sexually or asexually as well as on artificial platform using tissue culture techniques. Principle is the basic of plant tissue culture is totipotency and the capability of cell to regenerate the missing parts and subsequently an entire organism. This is the complete flow diagram. Here we can see plant propagation can be done by the sexual and asexual or vegetative process. Sexual propagation can be done with the help of seeds, and asexual plant propagation can be done by the cutting, grafting, layers, or micropropagation. Here are the types in the detail. Tissue culture, also called in vitro and micropropagation, is the technique of propagating plants indoor under aseptic or sterile conditions in artificial growth media. The growth medium, also called nutrient solution, is a mixture of essential elements. The initial propagule in tissue culture is called explant, as I told you in previous slides, and micropropagation is the propagation of plants through tissue culture. It is a proven means of producing millions of identical plants under a controlled and aseptic conditions independent of seasonal constant. These are the starting material which can be used for the tissue culture process. And steps are be followed in the micro propagation, like selection and preparation of mother plant, initiation of tissue culture, multiplication, rooting, and transfer to the soil. These are the detailed steps which I have told you in my previous slides. So if we talk about the rooting, so shoot multiplied in culture must be rooted in order to create a new plantlet. First of all, we have to create shoot, and then we go for the rooting. So in general, micro-cutting rooted ex vitro have a more normal root system and acclimatized to a normal growing environment better than cuttings rooted in vitro. However, the propagator has more control over the rooting environment in vitro, and this method may fit their production scheme better. This is the in vitro rooting, and then transfer to the soil means hardening. So finally, after root has become well established on the micro cutting, plantlets must be acclimatized to a normal growing environment. This involves gradually moving to open air condition where the humidity is reduced and the light levels increased. Applications are rapid multiplication, seasonal independent production, and used to conserve rare or endangered species greater output. Now come to the next important step, which is soma clonal variation in plant tissue culture. So the term soma clonal variation was first used by Larkin and Scowcroft in 1981. Soma clonal variation is the variation seen in plants that have been produced by plant tissue culture. The term soma clonal variation is used for genetic variability present among all kinds of cells and or obtained from cells cultured in vitro. Plants derived from such cells or progeny of such plants is called soma clones. These variations can be detected as genetic or phenotypic traits. Basic features are variation in number and structure of chromosomes are commonly observed. Regenerated plants with the altered chromosomal changes often show changes in leaf shape and color, growth rate and habit, and sexual fertility. It is gradually heritable mutations and persist in plant population even after plantation into the field. These are the complete flow chart. Here we can see, first of all, we can develop callus tissues. After that, we can go for the organogenesis, then regenerative plant we will get, and then we can go for the hardening process. In during the hardening process, we can find out the somoclonal variants, and after the getting somoclonal variant, we can again grow these somoclonal variant through the tissue culture. Causes of the somoclonal variations may be physiological, genetic, or biochemical. And if we talk about the genetics, so pre-existing variations in somoclonal cells of explant that caused by the mutation and other DNA changes. Typical genetic alterations are changes in the chromosome number, changes in chromosome structure, DNA sequences means base mutation can be occur and it occurs at the high frequency. Second is the physiological, so exposure of the culture to plant growth regulators and culture conditions. It depends on that. And biochemical type means lack of photosynthetic ability due to alteration in carbon metabolism and antibiotic resistance can develop a somoclonal variant. Advantages of the somoclonal variations is rather stable and high frequencies and new alleles or even new mutations, novel mutations may be isolated which were not available in the germ plasm, can be performed in all types of plants, reduce the time required for release of new variety by 2 years as compared to mutation breeding, a very effective selection method. If we talk about the disadvantages, so application only to those species cell culture which regenerate into complete plants and selected cell lines often show reduced or no regeneration potential, show undesirable features such as reduced fertility, growth rate, and even overall performance of plant. Selected clones are unstable, not always stable and heritable. So this is the sum up of this session, and this session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. If you have any query, then mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.